Okay, so we're back. Started up. And it's only been maybe, I don't know, 15 seconds or 30 seconds, but now we can get into some politics, man.
Yeah.
People, okay, this whole thing about Trump and what he's done with the Ukraine and stuff, although the details are all over the place, when it's all said and done, my thoughts are nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. That's all I think. Nothing's going to happen. And
For the most part, I would have agreed, if not for the main thing that has prevented something from happening on the several hundred other things that happened. One, before the 2018 election, we did not have a Democratic Speaker of the House.
we still don't.
So, no, we do. Well, okay, there is a
Name
Democrat.
who is it?
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi's a piece of shit. But Nancy Pelosi's a piece of shit, but she does have to. She does feel some level of pressure to her caucus.
And that's the main point right there. The fact that she has to feel pressure.
Why, huh?
That's the main point. The fact that she has to be pressured to do something decent, that makes her not a Democrat in my mind. I completely agree. It's just, for all intents and purposes, like as far as just like labeling what the fuck she is. Okay, we'll speak on that then. All right, we'll just use all intents and purposes that she got a D next to her name. We'll use that. I'm finna get these headphones on because I'm competing with the fan, and that's not cool. So hold up. Hopefully this don't jack things up. Let me get this out. Put the headphones in. Can you hear? Whoa! Okay, yeah, you're in my ear. All right, there we go.
Alrighty. But yeah, so for all intents and purposes, we didn't have a Democrat as Speaker of the House, so impeachment couldn't even have been started because the Speaker would just say, nah.
Yep, and
it took her 9 motherfucking months to start the impeachment proceedings, but they've started. And once you open that can of worms, you have to at least do some level of the worms.
Don't open a can of worms if you ain't gonna go fishing or gardening.
Exactly.
Now, check this out. When Obama was president, the Republicans were seeking impeachment the next day.
Yep. There's one thing you can't take away from the Republicans. In political strategy, they are actually strong. It's for evil and malicious purposes, but on political strategy, they are actually strong.
If it's for hatred, the Republicans got their shit down.
Yep.
Because they know how to tell everybody. They know how to tell everybody that everything's going to be better while they're making it so much worse. And then while they make it worse, they know how to make everyone else blame someone that's doing absolutely nothing. I think that's what pisses me off the most, man. That the people who listen to these Republicans and start reciting their talking points and don't even know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I say that not as jacked up as everyone else says that colloquial phrase. I mean, they can literally start the subject and then talk about something else. They will talk. I mean, if you're going to talk about impeachment, talk about impeachment. Don't talk about infringement of Second Amendment rights. That shit is bugging me sometimes.
Yeah, it really is. Before we get too sidetracked, I gotta get back in my groove, explaining why I actually have some level of optimism about this. Now, see, the Democrats, they're absolute shit on a lot of things, but what they have been consistent about is when one of their leaders, quote unquote, is under attack, they will actually go out of their way to be almost belligerent to defend them. And this is best exemplified by the fact that they attack the Justice Democrats so fucking often.
Well, they do that because the Justice Democrats is doing the one thing that no one should do when it comes to politics, and that's try to remove somebody's power.
Yep. So, with that in mind, you got to remember what this particular the Ukraine part. The Ukraine part of the impeachment proceedings will actually get the leadership to act because, and this is the only reason why, because they are attacking one of their baby daddies.
Yeah.
So, because it's Joe Biden, even though he's senile, he's still their quote unquote leader. So they're going to go out of their way to defend him because he's their best corporatist in the race right now. So yeah, it's cynical, it's stupid, but that's what they're doing. So I actually have some level of optimism in that this might actually proceed to something worthwhile. And they're forced to. Two, they didn't have the opportunity before. And three, because he decided to go against someone in their power structure.
So, and that is one of the biggest. When I was taking notice of that was pissing me off so much I couldn't stand. I'm like, Joe Biden fucking sucks.
He really does.
I mean, he fucking sucks. And I'm like, there's nothing you can do to defend that. You can't defend something like that. This guy isn't even talking about anything. And look, I don't know if you recall it, but I said when this shit was getting started, I said exactly what Joe Biden was going to do. And that went against everything Kyle Kalinske was saying and everything that, Jenkins then was saying, talking about, they said most likely Joe Biden, really won't stand a chance because he's not progressive like Bernie Sanders. Okay, and I'm sitting here like, never underestimate the stupidity of people. Never underestimate that. Because because all Joe Biden had to do was go out there and just say basically a bunch of platitudes. We need to be better. We can work together. We can't let Trump keep doing what he's doing. Yada yada yada. Fight for America, not for yada yada. And people will eat that shit up.
They'll eat it with a shovel. They will eat that shit with a shovel.
Yes, and they fucking did it, and they're doing it, and that's the only other. And I said this: as soon as Joe enters, full-fledged enters, they are going to lie about the numbers to keep him in the race. Because, in all honesty, if you don't talk about any other candidate, and you only talk about Joe Biden, and you make him to seem a victim, then you get the sympathy award from all the voters, and they make up their minds, and they're just stalwart in that. And when someone else come up and say, actually months before Joe, yada, 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 and people don't function like that. People function as, I heard this first, therefore this is what's going on. It's just like if you grew up hearing a song. You heard it first made, and then over your years, you hear these other remakes of it, and you tell somebody much younger than you, yeah, man, I remember when this person made this song. And they're like, no, man, that person bit this one. And you're like, wait, what? Because they heard it first, from like the 20th person to make the song. And to them, when they hear the original, they're like, oh man, he tried to bite the one that I heard first sing it.
Yeah.
That's how people vote. And it's,
they're like, oh, this one guy that, hey, I know that guy, he's great. And then just because of that one thought in their head, they will stick to it like it was their heroin. They'll stick to it like heroin. They will. Like, it doesn't matter what evidence comes forward. Like, yeah, this is real bad. What the hell? Nah. He's great. What are you talking about?
Exactly. That's some bullshit. That's some serious bullshit. And people need to, like, just sit down, chill, and think about stuff. Now, is Bernie Sanders perfect? No, because there's no way to get a perfect candidate. But man, I'm gonna tell you this: I would vote sooner. All right, and it's not about a race thing; it's about purity of actions. All right.
Exactly.
I would vote sooner for the one that chained themselves to a minority, saying, "If you're going to arrest them, you arrest me too." Than I would someone that was on the side of keeping minorities out of schools.
Yep.
Just throwing that out there. If you want to be a single issue voter, don't vote for the guy of segregation. You know, look, just because somebody rebuilds your kitchen, you know, if someone rebuilds your kitchen, that don't make them good. Because they're the same people that took a bulldozer to your fucking front lawn.
Yeah.
It's people. You know, we want nice things, don't we? You know, we gotta, you know, and although Bernie Sanders is great, there's one problem with
here's one area where I actually disagree wholeheartedly with Bernie Sanders. But at the same time, I don't think anyone has the correct position on this. Like, I don't think I've heard anybody say the correct thing about this.
What's that?
On prostitution, he's not for legalizing prostitution.
He's not trying to criminalize prostitution, but he sure as fuck ain't for legalizing it. I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. You know why? Because it shows.
I'm all right with it in the sense. I'm all right with it in the sense that, you know what? He's not making it worse.
Yes.
Well, since he's not making it worse, at least he's making a lot of other things better.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with that.
Yeah, he's not going to make prostitution worse, but that means he's not going to be an enemy of it. You know, it's sort of up in the air thing. You know, and you know, that's cool. And here's the thing, Bernie Sanders isn't leading everything with Almighty God, you know, at his side. He's not doing that. And
he's using common sense, empathy, and honesty just to say, hey, this is how it is. This is how I want it to be. If you like it, vote for me.
Do you want nice things? Vote for me.
He has never once went out of his way to whatchamacallit, to say I am the correct choice.
Yeah, I'm the
best that he the most that he said in that kind of way was that when he announced and someone said, hey, what's the difference between this time and last time? And he said, this time I'm going to win. That was the extent of him saying he was the right choice.
Yeah.
That was just him being confident, and I'm okay with that.
I would have said something different.
I would have said something different too.
Because if somebody had asked me, and you know, what I would have said, and what I am saying to anyone listening, all right, what I would have said if I were in Bernie's position and I had lost, but this time I know I'm going to win, you know, in that, because he's confident, I would have said, you know, that, okay, Mr. Kennedy, what's the difference between last time and this time? I would have said there are differences. The first difference is No one really knew about me because I was kept out of any limelight. So now I have name recognition. Also, people care. There are more people caring about policy instead of platitudes. They don't want to be told what they don't want to be told what they want to hear to comfort themselves with confirmation bias. They need someone that's going to deliver on their promise. And I don't have and right now the DNC cannot skirt me. What they can do is listen to the people and accept the inevitable. That we will get change for the positive. We will get health care for the people. We will do away with these outrageous prices by Big Pharma. We will stop the for-profit medical system. We will stop the abusive for-profit college system. We will stop the military-industrial complex that's been ravaging our financial debts for too long. We are going to make America great for once. That's what I would say.
You missed just one of Bernie's. Like if you had done that in Bernie's accent, that would have been perfect. But the one thing you missed was get rid of the prison industrial complex.
That is, how can I say this? That's something that I wouldn't bring up too much for one reason. This is just me, all right? I want to shock the system.
You cut out there.
Oh, this is just what? Okay, I'm still going. Cause I'm gonna say this. Okay, hold up. I'll be right back then. I had to disconnect. All right, I came back in. Can you hear me? Okay, it might be you. Yeah, he's trying again. He's gonna leave and come back. I'm gonna leave for count for a little bit. Oh, I think my crops came in on my game. Ooh, somebody sent me a gift. All right, that's way too much happening right now. Something else must have. This game's going crazy. Oh, my battery's low. I don't know how I go from 86% energy down to 4. I'm not using my phone, anybody. At Tez. I told him to try again, but he ain't come back into the damn room. And I don't feel like editing this. So sorry about the dead air, everybody. I know nobody really likes dead air and whatnot. But in general, in case he doesn't come back, my whole goal would be to shock the system. That's why I wouldn't say anything about the industrial prison complex or for-profit prison system. I wouldn't say anything too much. You know, I would tell my goal maybe once or twice, and then after that, I just want them to kind of go under, I want to go under the radar, because then I'm coming out and slamming it brutally. I am locking up anybody for slave labor, just skirting the Constitution and all this other stuff, and, treating people as cash cows, which is what the majority of big businesses do anyway, treat people like cash cows. So I would shock the military, not the military, but actually I would do it to the military, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't have brought that up. I didn't bring that up mainly because it was just too much. I didn't want to go to every detail and whatnot. Okay, are you back?
There we go.
Okay, you're back.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I would just. I guess I'll just.
Okay.
Sum it up that I wouldn't say too much about the prison system thing, because I want people to be arrogant about it, and I think that there's not much coming from me on that. And then once I am president, then I would shock it. I would do everything I can to shut that shit down. That's what I would do. It would be a shock to the system. I would definitely I was just throwing on. I'd be like, it's effective. It's not in the next 10 years. It is effective in the next month. If you are in charge of a prison system by any level of supervisor to CEO or anything else, and you are treating prisoners like this and all this, you are going to prison immediately. You will be investigated. You will be treated just like anyone on the street. You will not have this, we have to prove your intent. No, we say you had intent, therefore you had intent. It would be so much equality in that.
I would, if in the hypothetical that I was running, I would brand myself the accountability candidate. I would basically say, hey, if there's any person in power abusing said power, I will hold them accountable.
Yep.
And yeah, I would just go around in circles being like, yo, these people have control over the power grid and they're fucking up the environment. I'm gonna hold those bitches accountable. I don't know. And as far as like strategy is like if you became president sort of thing, the thing I would spring on them would probably be, I guess it would be the prostitution thing now that I think about it. Because that's one of those things where logically speaking, it's a layup. It's not even close to difficult to logically destroy someone on the issue of prostitution. Because you can't have something that's legal if you do it for free, but illegal if you pay money for it.
And I mean, compare and contrast, man. I'm just saying, if the only way if the only way that you're going to give somebody the time of day is if they pay for you something, that's prostitution. You know, oh, this person bought me a drink. This person took me out to dinner. This person showed me a nice time. I think I'll give them some. And I'm being very vague and general. I am not putting gender or sex in it. I'm being vague. So if you are offended, it's because you have done it.
Yep.
I just want that to be clear to anyone listening. And that is being politically correct. And it annoys me a little bit, but the original reason people were angry at political correctness because they couldn't say all the racist shit they wanted to say.
Well, there was two types of people who were mad at political correctness. There was that type of person, and then the other type was like, no, this is just straight up against reality. And that's the type I am. That's what I don't like about political correctness. I actually like the part that they basically say, hey, yeah, don't do stuff that is antagonizing just for the sake of antagonizing.
Yep.
That's not what I don't like.
That's not what I
don't like about political correctness.
That's abusive to me right there.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate those people. I really can't stand them. The ones that say some racist shit or some stupid shit or transphobic shit or anything like that. And when you're telling them, hey, man, that ain't cool. It's like, you know, freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want to say. And it's like, you're a fucking blight on. I'm like, man. And see, that's when I get so angry. I think if you die, who will miss you? Because with that attitude, I don't think anyone would miss you. I think they're waiting for you to kill over.
Yeah.
It's just, and I've ran into those people. It's like you're saying this racist shit just because freedom of speech. I said, you know what? And I told somebody, I said, you do. I said, okay, did you know, just asking, did you know you have the freedom of decency? Not freedom from decency, but the freedom of decency. You can exercise that.
Yep.
Fuck. It's people.
But yeah, the type of political correctness I despise is it's not politically correct to say Israel is occupying Palestine, or what's the other one? It's not politically correct to call the prison industrial complex the new Jim Crow or slavery.
Yeah, they
No.
Yeah, they start using that shit to control the narrative. That shit pissed me off too.
Yeah, it's like it's not politically correct to call the internment camps concentration camps. The immigration camps.
I'm like internment camp. Like I on some damn video. I can't remember what somebody was talking about something, and I said, "You are conflating." And I said, "You make it sound like an internment camp is a camp to work for a business. It's not an intern camp for new recruits, you dumbass."
That's a funny way to use the word. I like it.
I'm like, and see, I didn't think about that. I was just pissed, you know? And he was, and I was like, because I had to read a few things, and I'm like, this guy ain't trolling. He's serious.
Yeah.
Fuck. It just angers me. Honestly, I'm not even angered right now. I'm just more like, why are people like this? You know? And I don't know
you're at that state of, can we please not?
Yeah.
Can we have nice things, please?
It's that 1950s woman with her husband. Not today, honey. I have a headache.
Exactly.
I have a headache. Can we just postpone this? Oh, good grief.
Yeah.
I really do want good for everyone. It's just, in order to get good for everyone, everyone has to wake up. And see, being woke isn't, oh, I like this candidate. That's not woke. Being woke means snap out of your shit, look around, and think. Elevate yourself. Enlighten your mind. Yeah. Think beyond your nose. You know, like really, you know, like for example, black community. Hey, try this, everyone. Support somebody with an idea instead of demonizing the idea. You know, they want to get up out the game and they want to do something to help, you know, their life and maybe yours. Don't just sit there and be like, well, I don't know, that don't sound good, or, well, ain't nobody going to give you nothing. It's like, no, fucking help them. You know, damn. It's, you know, black people don't get educated like that. You know, white people, they get to learn about stocks, bonds, and stuff. It's taught at home. They get to hear this shit on TV. You know, they ask the questions, and their parents will give them a fucking answer instead of, don't worry about that, you young. That's what happens in most black people's homes. Like, man, don't be worried about that, you young. Or don't be worried about that, you black. That's what happens. And so when black people grow up, they ain't got shit except World Star and porn. That's it. Oh, and BET. It should be, you know, BCT, Black Corporate Television, because that's all it is. Feeding a bunch of bullshit. I haven't watched that shit in so long. And when I stopped watching it, I literally felt like I got smarter. There's just some things I get sick of.
It should be called the BCT, the Black Corral Channel.
Yeah.
Because all it's doing is corralling you all in one spot.
Yep. Watching videos, the same shit all day, hearing some stupid ass talking points, because black conservatives is some dangerous shit. Because black conservatism basically says, don't do shit. That's it. Don't do shit. Don't do shit new. Don't think outside the box. Don't do none of that. And black people just look at the goddamn screen and nod their head.
To be fair, That is all conservatism. That's not just black conservatism.
I know, but I only grew up around primarily black people, and that's what I observed. And I'm just like, I remember being over at a friend's house. He lived in apartments, and it was me, him, and about 3 others. We were watching Video Soul. So we're watching it, and something just, hey man, look around. So I'm like, I look at them, and they all got the same dead, gerbil-eyed look on their face, looking at the screen. And I'm like, are these motherfuckers conscious? I remember thinking that. And I was just looking at them, and I thought about it. I'm looking at them, but they can't see me looking at them. And just for a stupid fraction of a second, I thought, do I exist? Because dude, it's scary. When you're sitting 45 degrees in front of someone and you turn around and look at them and they can't look at you looking at them, that's some scary Twilight Zone shit. That shit is scary. Now,
I call that Tuesday though, because whenever my brother is playing, well, he's gotten back into World of Warcraft, which is not fun for everybody else, but it's all right. Basically, whenever he's staring on that screen, I'm like, yo, what's up, man? He's like, oh, like, wait, what?
Dude, say something. Dude, when me and Sidra, we played Warcraft for a little bit, but I just kind of grew out of it because everyone kept progressing so fast in the game. Wherever we went, we were just by ourselves, which was nice to an extent. But it's like, is there anyone else in this game? And you have to go to the big cities, and you're like, oh, this is where everyone is. But everyone is there. Hold up, everyone is there away from keyboard.
Yep.
Yeah, 200 people in one area standing there doing nothing. And then every once in a while, 1 or 2 people come running by. And I'm like, I don't know if y'all are real or not. And it got creepy. Final Fantasy was, and playing WoW or Final Fantasy or Minecraft, whatever game we would play together, we would talk about other random shit while playing the game because fuck that, And, a lot of people, some people, their children have died of starvation and thirst because they were so into a virtual reality of raising a kid. And our kid played Minecraft with us, and if we had the room on the server, we, Final Fantasy, but the server is full. But we don't do that shit, and it kind of bugs us how people can do that. I'm like, wait a minute, how do y'all ignore your kids and shit for a game? Yeah. And I know we've gotten off of talking politics, but how much politics can we really fucking talk? I mean, I could talk about how Elizabeth Warren ain't worth a fuck. I could do that.
Elizabeth Warren is not worth a fuck.
She wants to do the whole, break down Wall Street. She wants to ruin Wall Street. Okay, fine. But this is the same woman that says, in the general, I'll take big donor money, so I don't trust her Wall Street rhetoric anymore.
Yeah.
There you go. Done with Elizabeth Warren.
I'll be okay with trusting her Wall Street rhetoric because at least I can trust her Wall Street rhetoric because she's been fairly consistent on that.
She has.
Trust because of her rhetoric right now. I can't trust her on anything else. I can literally trust her on nothing other than Wall Street rhetoric, and that's not good.
No, it's not. And look, what's her track? Okay, I'm gonna sum up her track record because I look at politics like a tournament, which it should be a tournament. Yeah. Okay. She said she might run in 2016, and when she said might, people said, "You got my vote right now, right here, right now. You got my vote, done." And that was in late January, early February, and she's like, "I'm gonna be quiet on it." And then Hillary was like, "Hey man, don't do shit." And she was like, "Well, Hillary doesn't want me to do shit, so I'm not going to do shit." Bernie was like, "I won't go run because everybody said, Elizabeth Warren is immediately going to get it." And then, it's like, oh, well, shit. Now, look, Hillary's running. Hillary's running. Elizabeth says, I'm not going to run, so Hillary can run. So she literally took a back seat so Hillary could get a bullshit goddamn vindication for when Obama beat her dumb ass. So that she let that happen, and then she lost. Not that, even if she won, even if she beat Trump, Elizabeth Warren killed her credibility to me when she took a back seat to anybody else. Because if somebody is going to be in charge of my fucking fate, they don't need to take a back seat to nobody if they got any decent principles about them. Fuck that. Yeah. All right.
You know what? There was this video from this guy called the Rational National, and it was just an archived video of Obama pre-presidency in 2006 endorsing Bernie Sanders for Senate.
Yeah.
And listening to it, I'm like, you know what? This reminds me of Elizabeth Warren. He had great rhetoric. He has always had pretty great rhetoric. But the second he actually got that power, he was too chicken shit to use it.
Obama won't chicken shit. Obama was just a goddamn Republican. I will always say that. No one can prove to me that he was not a Republican. You can't. I don't give a fuck. He got a D next to his name. I don't give a shit if he wore blue suede shoes. That motherfucker was red.
Yeah. If we completely ignored everything past 2008, and you just looked at his election rhetoric, and the rhetoric before he was even in contention to be whatever, you would say, wow, that guy's like a Bernie Sanders type.
Yeah.
But then once he actually got down to it, once he actually had the option and the power to do something with it, he's like, oh, nah, I still believe in capitalism and doing things the Republican way.
Man, you're going to hate what I'm about to say, but I'm going to tell you right now. And this don't go for every single person, but it helped me, all right? Because I didn't have any trust in Obama when this before the right before the general even got started. This is fucking March of the year that he did win. So when my friend in Nevada had said, he was like, yeah, man, Obama this, Obama that, and I was like, all right, I'll give him a chance. So months go by, and I look at, and I decided, what the fuck? I look at his wiki page, and I'm like, he's a fucking Leo. And then my friend just cracks up laughing. He cracks up laughing, and I said, this motherfucker's gonna get in office, and he ain't gonna do shit for the people. He's gonna give just enough crumbs just because the people voted for him. But this motherfucker's only going to side with those that can do something for him. And the only ones that's going to have anything to do anything for him are people with money. And the only people that's got a lot of money are the Republicans, because they sell this country out for money. They can give him money, he's going to do for them. And that motherfucker did everything for him. So fuck him. When you got somebody that's very elderly come up to you and say, I could have voted so many times, but I didn't. I wasted my vote on you. My first vote in my life, and I am in my late 90s, or she was 100 plus, my first vote will be for you. And you can look at this person who literally waited their whole life to vote for a black president, and the only vote they'll ever cast will be for you. And you can turn your back on that. You are fucking scum, and you fucking suck. Fuck him for life. Fuck him. Fuck that guy. When she went up and I saw that, and she went up and she was talking to him, and he didn't look like, oh man, her. No, he looked so business. He looked like he was in business mode. And he shook her hand, and he was all nice and polite looking. And I'm just like, you are scum. And I remember being so angry that I literally, and this is going to sound stupid, but I was so angry I couldn't feel my anger anymore. It just was.
That level of angry where you just you almost feel detached from yourself.
Yes. You just look at the screen and realize this shit is happening, and I can't murder everyone in a 1,600-mile radius of me at the same time. Now that wipe out a lot of fish in the Atlantic, but it's got to happen. Fish are somebody. They have minds and they live. They're somebody. But god damn it, that pissed me off. That really did. See, Republicans, I expect that shit. You know, I expect to hear the good thing and then they fuck it up because that's what they do. And then they gaslight everyone. That's okay. I expect that shit because people are fucking stupid. But that, no, man, there's no recovering from that. And then while going up, and then after his whole presidency, I'm not going to do anything for weed. I'm not going to do anything for this medical crisis. I'm not going to do anything about, black people being shot and killed in the street by cops. No. And then when it's over, I wish somebody would have done something. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. It's such an anger. I'm like, and this is not usually me, but I'm like, man, if you are attached to Obama by blood or friendship, fuck you too. That's that level it got. That's that level it got for me. Cause that's just too much. It was just too much. Oh man. I don't think people can really understand that. I don't think people really understand why it was so bad what he did. I just don't think people understand. They just like Obama. He was black. He did a few good things, and that's it.
I think most people can understand. I think most black people will understand even more because. But
no, Obama is black people's Jesus.
Huh?
To black people, Obama's black Jesus. That's what he is.
Let me correct myself. Black people who were paying attention.
All right, there we go. Yeah, we can get down with that. And all 6 of them would agree with me. and one of them is Sidra.
He brought everyone's hopes up. And then betrayed it.
And it was gaslighting because while he was betraying everyone's hopes and trust, everyone was like making excuses. Oh, he's afraid of being killed. He's afraid of Republicans. He's afraid of this. It's like, stop making excuses. If he's the most powerful man on this planet, why is he not exercising that power?
Yeah.
I mean, people got a gun. They got the power to take your life. They pull the trigger. That's what they do. All he's got to do is be like, executive order or call on the house to do something. That's god damn it! There's so much he could do. And now,
and that's another reason why I feel like it has to be Bernie at this point.
Now,
because he told us straight up what his plan for the presidency would be.
Yep.
That he would campaign everywhere all the time to force these motherfuckers to do something or else they lose their job.
Yep. And look, Bernie's got something go goddamn people, please listen to this. If you hear any one thing I say, listen to this. Bernie Sanders does not have I campaign and I tell you what you want to hear. No, Bernie Sanders has literally lived his campaign promises. He has lived the strife of trying to get this shit done. He has 40 plus years in Congress, in the Senate, on Capitol Hill, trying to get the shit done that he's talking about today. So he's got it. That's him. That's just him.
His rhetoric has been consistent, infinitely consistent, which is insane for a politician.
Yes. You don't get that shit anymore. That's him. So
yeah,
now look,
that's one of those once in a lifetime things. It's like, hey, this is a politician who was able to get power and has been consistent with that power. You can't say that about anybody but Bernie. And the common dodge for that is he voted on the crime bill. Yeah, because there were some parts of it that he felt like had to happen. And he also said that he would fight it tooth and nail throughout the time that he had. So he's like, yo, I have to have this part, and I'm going to fight the rest of it all I can.
It's gotten to the point for me, if anybody is anti-Bernie Sanders, they are literally anti-improvement of the country.
Yeah, something like that. Not quite that for me, but something like that.
Because here's the thing, you can keep Trump, who is doing nothing but helping Republicans, and that means helping big pharma, big oil, the military, and prison industrial complex, and that makes sure that everyone else is poorer. You can vote for that. You can vote for racism because that's bundled in. You can vote for the police and what some people call the jackboot country because of how police are acting. All right, you can vote for that, or you can vote for Bernie. You can vote for Elizabeth. Look, if it comes down to Elizabeth Warren or Trump, I'm voting Warren. If Hillary magicked her ass into it and she won this nomination, I'm voting for Hillary. But I'm gonna tell you this: I'll be damned I vote for Elizabeth or any other female just because they're female. Would it be nice to have a female president? Fuck yes, it'd be nice. But it's got to be the right goddamn person. Bernie Sanders, if he wasn't what he is, I would not vote for the motherfucker. But Bernie agrees with me. I don't agree with Bernie. Bernie agrees with me. And I am much further left than Bernie.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I know I'm further left than Bernie.
Bernie is exceedingly...
At least on... We even talked about 3 of the things that were further left on Bernie.
Man.
We talked about prostitution. We talked about like the crime stuff, and what was the other one?
Anything damn near. I mean, seriously, anything. Crime bill. We would that would be rewritten. We legalize all drugs. And generate state service rehabilitation centers for those that are addicted, trying to not be addicted and things like that. So you basically got a cycle of revenue going in. Oh shit, I just spent all my money on crack and or weed or heroin or something, and I am addicted. I'm going here and I have to pay, or someone has to pay some kind of thing so I can get in and do this and be there for a while. And that means that's money going back into the state, so you get a fucking cycle. And just to let people know, the only reason people are usually doing drugs is because they're trying to escape the shit that they're in.
Yep.
That's mainly it. But yeah, you're at work. You're at work.
I am at work.
Yep. But it was a good conversation, man.
It was. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.